Good afternoon. It's Michael Meann again, following up on our series on how the constitutional rights impact DUI investigations. Today we're discussing the Fourth Amendment and DUI investigations and what rights do drivers really have. Today we're diving into one of the most important constitutional protections in criminal law, the Fourth Amendment, and how it applies to DUI investigations. Most people have heard the phrase, "you have rights." But what does that really mean when you're sitting at the side of the road with blue and red lights flashing behind you? Can the officer stop you without a reason? Can the officer require you to exit your vehicle? Do you have to answer questions? Can you refuse the field sobriety test? Can police force you to give a breath or blood sample? And perhaps most importantly, at what point does the Fourth Amendment protections disappear, or do they? Today we'll start with the basics of the Fourth Amendment and then walk step by step through a typical DUI investigation, discussing where constitutional protections apply, where they can be waived, and how they can be used to protect drivers from unlawful police conduct. Let's get started. The Fourth Amendment in broad terms. The Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution states, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. That's pretty basic. This amendment was added to the Constitution before there was even cars in existence. But cars do get the same protections as your house does. At its core, the Fourth Amendment is about limiting government power. Police generally cannot search you, detain you, or arrest you unless they have a legally recognized justification. To be clear, the Fourth Amendment was added to our Constitution because of the practice of British soldiers who would regularly go into colonist homes and search to see if they had stamps on the products that they bought from England. The stamps indicated that the taxes had been paid. So if they found products without the stamp on them, then they could arrest the habitant, the person who lived in the house, or charge them the taxes or some other means. And the colonists, when they were setting up the new government, said, we don't want to set up a new government that does the same thing as the old government did. So the Fourth Amendment was added to the Constitution and our Bill of Rights to protect the citizens against government intrusion into their lives. Now, the Fourth Amendment does not prevent or prohibit all searches and seizures. It prohibits unreasonable ones. So in DUI cases, almost every stage of the investigation raises a Fourth Amendment issue because DUI enforcement or investigations involve traffic stops, investigation, detentions, physical observations, sometimes searching of your person, searching of your vehicle, field sobriety tests, your arrest, breath testing or blood drawing, and then even booking you into the jail. Each step requires a different level of justification. Think of it like a constitutional ladder. As police move along the DUI investigation, they must climb higher and higher on the ladder, and everything requires a higher standard for them to proceed to the next stage. If there's an error somewhere along those steps, then maybe everything after that can be suppressed or thrown out. So usually the first issue with a DUI investigation is your traffic stop. When you're being stopped, you're being detained. That's limiting your movement. And that's what the constitutional rights are, because you're being seized at that point. Now, can they stop any vehicle they want? Are the police allowed to stop any vehicle they want? No. They must have probable cause to stop you. Now, it could be something as minor as a light being out on your license plate. Or it could be something like a speeding ticket or some other traffic violation. So they would have to justify that they have probable cause to contact you in order to investigate a traffic violation or to notify you of something wrong with your vehicle, which technically is a traffic violation. Now, if your vehicle is parked, then they have to have a justification for contacting you inside your parked vehicle, which they would often attribute to a welfare check to make sure you're okay. Now, if they believe there's criminal activities occurring, then they can go investigate that also.